Hello and welcome back. You're gonna love today's video if you're a fellow kaiju fan and obsessed with the king of the monsters. I'm talking about the one and only Godzilla. Godzilla has ravaged our screens for decades in different forms and sizes, but today we'll delve into his animated adventures. From classic cartoon shows to the latest anime series, Godzilla's legendary appearances in animated productions have been truly spectacular. Buckle up as we explore the top 7 animated versions of this colossal reptile. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, let's begin. History of Godzilla. Before we dive into the topic in focus, let us briefly take a look at this iconic kaiju's history, shall we? The fabled monster Godzilla became a symbol of nuclear power, particularly in Japan, after the Hiroshima-Nagasaki incident. Its recognition as a pop cultural icon arguably began when the colossal reptile first hit the screens in 1954. In a directorial venture by Ishiro Honda, Godzilla became an instant success and appeared in numerous Japanese productions by Toho Company Limited, as well as in Hollywood adaptation. In fact, the famous title King of Monsters was bestowed upon him in the 1956 American adaptation of the character. The franchise is the longest-running movie series in history, even surpassing other legendary franchises like James Bond. So of course, it's even ventured into the genre of anime and animated productions. Following the release of Shin Godzilla in 2016, the series has immortalized its place with upcoming animated projects and a 2023 release. GodzillaSingular Point, 2021. This is a Japanese animated TV series created by none other than the Toho Company Limited. However, it's not connected to the Godzilla anime trilogy on Netflix. Animated by Bones and Oren, the production was a combination of computer-generated and hand-drawn animation techniques. According to the Nigashio legend, the sea monster Godzilla was believed to bring the end of the world when the seas turned red. The monster was first discovered by a submarine, half a mile underwater. Following the school of Manda, Godzilla traveled to Tokyo Bay, bypassing a Navy blockade. He came ashore as Godzilla Aquatilus, evolved from Godzilla Amphibia, and wrought havoc in the city. After a powerful blast, he cocooned himself and emerged as Godzilla Terrestris, killing a large rodent. Following a bombing attack, he became Godzilla Ultima, unleashing his power on the city. In the series, Godzilla similarly evolved into his ultimate form. The story is set in 2030 in Nigashio City, Chiba Prefecture. Engineer Yun Arikawa is appointed to investigate strange events in an abandoned mansion, while graduate student Mei Kamino studies mysterious signals from Misakioku. They both hear the same song and are drawn together to face a universe-threatening danger, the King of Monsters. Yamamori supervised Godzilla's animation to make his movements lifelike, and was influenced by a T-Rex to create the looks of Godzilla. According to the novelization, Godzilla and similar monsters are extensions of an omnipresent, extra-dimensional entity that watches all space and time. This entity sometimes even wants to destroy universes, but also prefers to observe. Godzilla The Series 1998, an animated sequel to the 1998 film Godzilla. This series is co-produced by Adelaide Productions, Centropolis Television, and Columbia TriStar Television. The show aired for 2 seasons from September 12, 1998 to April 22, 2000. The first season had 21 episodes, and the second had 19. Unlike the film, which broke into controversies, the series was well received by fans and maintains a cult following. Let's get into the story. Following the destruction of Godzilla's nest in Madison Square Garden, and the creature's extermination at the end of the 1998 film, Dr. Nico Tatopoulos, aka Nick, is authorized by Colonel Anthony Hicks to inspect the ruins for any surviving egg. Nick discovers a single surviving egg that hatches into a baby Godzilla, who imprints on him. This new Godzilla grows quickly, showing a different personality and great strength and resilience, with the ability to emit an atomic heat ray. Nick forms a research team called the Humanitarian Environmental Analysis Team, or HEAT, with Dr. Mendel Craven, Dr. Elsie Chapman, and Randy Hernandez to protect humanity from various mutated monsters worldwide. HEAT travels globally to research and contain dangerous mutations caused by nuclear testing and other human activity. Meanwhile, Monique Dupree, a French Secret Service official, joins the HEAT to monitor the new Godzilla and becomes an important ally to the team. Nick can summon Godzilla to help combat those monstrous threats whenever needed. Thus, HEAT and Godzilla together started battling monsters like Crustaceous Rex, the Giant Bat, and King Cobra. Despite most episodes being standalone, there is a loose continuity with recurring characters and monsters. A recurring human antagonist is Cameron Winter, a corrupt billionaire and Nick's former academic rival who seeks to destroy Godzilla. Season 1 includes a trilogy of episodes paying tribute to Destroy All Monsters, where the Leviathan aliens control Earth's mutants to destroy human civilization. The aliens revive Godzilla's biological father as Cyber Godzilla to control Godzilla, who eventually fights back. In one episode, Heat members are cast into the future, where Godzilla and Earth's other mutants have been exterminated by Dragma and must return to the present to prevent this. Another episode features Godzilla mating with Komodothrax, a mutant Komodo dragon, and becoming the surrogate father to her unborn offspring. I'm not making these up, I swear. Hanna-Barbera's Godzilla, 1978. Often called the Godzilla Power Hour due to its original hour-long time slot, and later known as Godzilla the Animated Series, or Godzilla the Original Animated Series. This Saturday morning cartoon was co-produced by Hanna-Barbera Productions, Benedict Pictures Corp., and Toho Production. The show features a team of scientists who summon Godzilla to help them battle various evil monsters. But this time, Godzilla is not alone. He has a cousin, Godzuki. 2 seasons, each with 13 episodes, aired between September 9, 1978 and December 8, 1979. The series follows the crew of the research vessel Calico, led by Captain Carl Majors. The team includes Dr. Quinn Darien, her assistant, and Quinn's teenage nephew, Pete, among others. Godzuki, Godzilla's cousin, and Pete's best friend, also joins the crew. Unlike Godzilla, Godzuki can fly using the small wings under his arms, but can't breathe fire, often coughing up smoke rings instead. The Calico crew can call Godzilla with a special communicator, known as the Godzilla signal, when they're in danger, typically from attacks by other giant monsters. If the communicator is missing, Godzuki can summon Godzilla with a special call. Godzilla is depicted as a benevolent monster who willingly helps and defends his cousin, his human friends, and civilians from more malevolent creatures. This version of Godzilla is light green in color, with darker green triangle-shaped dorsal fins from head to tail. He breathes fire and shoots red lasers from his eyes instead of his usual blue atomic breath. Voiced by Ted Cassidy, this Godzilla has a different roar and can change size significantly between shots. He stands at a towering height of 400 feet, making him the tallest incarnation of the character until Godzilla Earth and Godzilla Planet of the Monsters, released in 2017. However, at 600 metric tons, he's lighter than most other versions. All of Godzilla's enemies in the series are original creations, as Hanna-Barbera did not obtain the rights to use any existing Godzilla co-stars. Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle, 2018. This is a computer-animated Godzilla film released in Japan in 2018, directed by Hiroyuki Seshita and Kobun Shizuno. It's the sequel to the 2017 film Godzilla Planet of the Monsters, and continues the narrative. But this time, there's a new weapon called Mecha Godzilla. Following the events of the last movie, Aratrum loses contact with Haruo and his team after their encounter with the original Godzilla. A local girl named Miyana rescues Haruo and treats his wounds with an unknown powder. Haruo finds some of his colleagues and reunites with them, but is confronted by Mina, Miyana's twin sister. The group meets Martin Lazari, whose platoon has been healed by the twins' people, the Hotua, descendants of humans who remained on Earth and protected the egg of their fallen deity. The Hotua leaders and the twins telepathically question the group about burning their land, releasing them when Haruo explains they were only attacking Godzilla. With Miyana and Mina as guides, Haruo's group reunites with Metphis and other survivors during a battle with Servum. Galugu realizes the twins' arrowheads are laced with nanometal, which is used to create Mecha Godzilla, and explains that nanometal has expanded over 20 millennia. Haruo agrees to stay on Earth to kill Mecha Godzilla, sending some crew members back to Aratrum. The group traces an energy signature to the rebuilt Mecha Godzilla facility, now known as Mecha Godzilla City. The twins warn Haruo that the nanometal is poisonous, but the Bilu Saludo assures him that it only harms Godzilla. The team discovers that Mecha Godzilla's head is the source of the nanometal. Galugu uses its brain to create materials to trap Godzilla and finish it with EMP harpoon. Feeling ill, Haruo finds Metphis repairing an item with Galugu's technology and learns of a greater terror than Godzilla, King Ghidorah. When Godzilla awakens, most humans are horrified to find the Bilu Saludo has fused with Mechagodzilla City to fortify it. Godzilla's advance forces Galugu to divert power to the harpoon, while Haruo, Yuko, and Belubi use vultures to slow Godzilla. Despite their efforts, Godzilla survives the trap and overheats the facility. Galugu argues that transcending humanity is the only way to kill Godzilla. Haruo chooses to fight Godzilla with his humanity intact. However, Godzilla frees itself and destroys the city, while the surviving humans hide in a cave with Metphis as everything burns around them. Godzilla the Planet Eater, 2018. Godzilla the Planet Eater is an animated tokusatsu movie by Toho Company Limited and Polygon Pictures. It's a sequel to the 2018 Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle, and the final installment of the animated Godzilla trilogy. The film continues where Mechagodzilla City falls. After the fall of the city, Martin Lazari and Josh Emerson stand guard over Godzilla, where they verify the creature is still alive. On board the Eratrum, the staff discusses the final minutes of Mechagodzilla City, with Haru Eludo condemning Haruo Sakaki for being a traitor and blaming Takashi J. Hamamoto for defending him. An argument is kicked off about ethics and morality, at which point Indurf leaves. On Earth, Haruo and Martin, who take care of Yuko Tani in a comatose state, find that the nanomaterial makes it possible to keep her alive. However, she's already brain dead. Metfi says Yuko's condition is her fate, which is punishment for all the sins she has committed. Later, Martin retrieves a vulture from Mechagodzilla City but isn't able to reboot it. During a religious talk, Martin lets Haruo know that Hotua's medicine saved him, not some divine intervention. Godzilla radiates heat, which Ghidorah absorbs, freezing Godzilla. Metfi tries to use the guilt trip on Haruo about his past losses, but through Martin and Mina, with help of Mothra, they break Metfi's control. Haruo collapses Metfi's eye, changing Ghidorah to physical modes. Ghidorah is defeated by Godzilla and the portals are destroyed. Haruo finds Metfi's, who foretells that Ghidorah will always watch over him. When Metfi's dies, humans adapt to the Hotua lifestyle, knowing that another Godzilla or Ghidorah will be reborn if humanity regains its reliance on technology. Haruo departs, taking Yuko's body to challenge Godzilla himself. Haruo challenges Godzilla but gets destroyed by atomic breath. In a post-credit scene, the Hotua and their children pray to a wooden statue, referring to it as their wrathful lord. Godzilla Planet of the Monsters 2017. Godzilla Planet of the Monsters, also known as Godzilla Part 1 Planet of the Monsters on Netflix, is an animated kaiju film produced by Polygon Pictures and Toho Company Limited. As the 32nd film in the Godzilla franchise and the first animated installment, it premiered in Japan in 2017, and globally in Netflix on January 17, 2018. The film is the first part of a trilogy, followed by Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle in May 2018, and Godzilla the Planet Eater on November 9, 2018. The story begins with Haruo Sakaki attempting to stop the immigration to Taoi due to the planet's inhospitable atmosphere. He boards a craft filled with explosives and threatens to detonate it unless the committee cancels the plan. When a volunteer challenges Haruo, he relents and is imprisoned. Shortly after, the volunteer group's craft explodes upon entering Taoi's atmosphere, killing everyone on board. A flashback recounts Earth's history of monster attacks involving Godzilla, Dogora, and others. The arrival of the Exif and Bilu Saludo includes the latter's failed attempt to defeat Godzilla with a mechanical replica of the monster. Metfis pays a visit to Haruo in his cell and asks his intentions according to the information Haruo has provided. To counter humanity's escape strategy, Haruo reveals a plan to persuade the committee that they can fight Godzilla. Metfis anonymously distributes Haruo's data across the ship. The group contemplates going back to Earth while debating whether the planet is habitable. They choose to return despite the dangers, speculating that Earth's climate may have stabilized over time. There's a circulating anonymous thesis regarding Godzilla's weakness that suggests he might come back to Earth. The crew sets up drones to explore the planet as the ship gets closer to Earth. They calculate the elapsed time to be 10,000 years. They're shocked to find significant ecological alteration and assume that Godzilla might have resurrected or multiplied. The sensors pick up movement as they descend, and just before the signal disappears, a familiar roar can be heard. Godzilla is believed to function alone. Multiple Godzillas are unlikely because of stable radiation levels, according to Martin Lazari's theory. He makes the assumption that Godzilla is either eternal or dormant. Debate sparks when Metfi suggests that eradication is the only viable option. Indurf brings up anti-Godzilla tactics in reference to the anonymous thesis. Metfis discloses that Haruo is the author of the thesis and offers to free him on bond so he may explain his scheme. Haruo informs the group of Godzilla's biological powers, which include an electromagnetic pulse and shield system. The plan requires the use of EMP probes to locate and destroy Godzilla's shield-amplifying organ, which will require approximately 600 people. The group establishes base camps as they reach the surface. Servum, a Godzilla subspecies, unexpectedly attacks Company A, causing serious damage. As a result, Elliot Leland, the commander, decides to reorganize the group. Attacking Haruo's landing ship, Godzilla makes his appearance. In an effort to help Haruo learn Godzilla's defense system, Leland gives up his life to supply vital knowledge. The crew discovers that Godzilla's shield is produced by its dorsal spines. A plan to trap Godzilla is executed, involving strategic bombing and collapsing canyon walls. Haruo and his team use EMP probes to disrupt Godzilla's shield, leading to its self-destruction. The next morning, Martin expressed doubts about this Godzilla being the original. He suggests it might be an offspring, as nature evolves, and he was absolutely right. Earthquakes rocked the area, revealing the original Godzilla, now grown to 300 meters. The towering titan wreaks havoc, destroying everything in its path and wiping out a large area with a tail-generated shockwave. Trapped under debris, Haruo doesn't know what will happen to his companion. As the movie comes to a close, Haruo awakens to face a green-eyed native Earth woman who's taken off her mask. She saves Haruo in the post-credits, suggesting a possible friendship or new danger in the later parts.
メゴヤンのことよく知らないよな。
そういえば何しに来たのかとか聞いたことなかったよね。
Chibi Godzilla raids again, 2023 to 2024. Chibi Godzilla Strikes Back is a 2003 Japanese animated children's series, co-produced by Toho and Pie in the Sky. Chiharu Sakazaki's children's book Do Your Best, Chibi Godzilla, from 2018, featured a small and cheery Chibi Godzilla for the first time. Following that, Chibi Godzilla made appearances in 2 picture books and in a 2-part 3D animated web series, I'm Home, Chibi Godzilla, which ran from 2020 to 2021. The 2-season show is set in the fictional land of Monster Island and revolves around Chibi Godzilla and Chibi Mecha Godzilla's adventures with their kaiju gang. Be it destroying model cities or singing karaoke, this team of junior monsters is a delight to watch. The first season ends on the note of Chibi Godzilla entering puberty. Season 2 kicks off with an introduction to new members and follows numerous thrilling rides, including restoring Chibi Mecha Godzilla's memory. The series is still going on, and I'm sure new and exciting adventures are awaiting the viewers. This character was created to serve as an introduction to Godzilla for younger kids, hoping to inspire a new generation of Godzilla lovers. Marvelous verdict. Alright friends, we've reached the end of this thrilling ride into the animated world of Godzilla. I'm sure we witnessed some of the best moments of our favorite kaiju in the animation format, starting from his fierce fight in battles to alliances with humans to take down bigger enemies. In my opinion, Godzilla has now become a pop culture phenomenon, drawing fans of all ages. These animated shows serve as excellent introductions to the never-ending escapades of Godzilla for someone who just came across this gem. If you're an old fan, I believe you are already beaming with excitement. So let us know in the comments below how you like this kaiju's animated exploits. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone!